Okay, so did you guys see the interview that Sponono did with Lungelo KM on Engineer Your Life? First of all, shout out to Lungelo for doing this interview because this is just like hot news right now, especially after Married at First Sight is just wrapped up last week. We had the recommitments ceremony, and we saw what happened. So anyway. There was a lady that came on the show alleging that her husband went onto the show while they were living together because he wanted fame or whatever not. So this lady was, well, some were feeling sorry for her, some were dragging her, saying that she's a bitter ex. Some kind of just felt for her, like after having gone whatever it is that she was going through with this being on TV and stuff. But anyway, okay, obviously, this is not, okay, first of all, let me just say this. This is not the SABC. I am not a journalist, so everything I'm saying here is alleged, and I'm just expressing my views and my opinions based on what was on TV. So that's that on that. So yeah, she went on the podcast, and then they were asking her about how I suggest that you go and watch the podcast in its entirety so that you can have your own opinion. But anyway, she was there just like stating her side of the story, which is only fair and good. And again, I have to shout out Lungelo for getting this lady to come in just as she came in, because we have questions. We had questions, and I think some of the questions that we had, like Lungelo asked, and then they were answered. And honestly, I don't believe that this lady is crazy, or because it tracks, man. Is it me? It does track. There's no way. How would she have known? Because, okay, from what we are now hearing, this show was allegedly uh, shot in March, or whatever. So, how would she have known for her? Because whatever we're seeing now, this is like months after it was shot, edited, and advertised and put on our screens, like on Showmax. So obviously, so she says that according to her, she says that Timber applied for the show and she had access to the laptop, and with her having access to the laptop, she saw the emails between Timber and the production team and the casting directors or whatnot. And then when she confronted him with it, he said, this is what he's going to do. He's only going there for 6 weeks just to get his name out there as he started like the DJing career and all of that. So, and then she says that she felt at the time that there was nothing that she could possibly do because he had gone through all the interviews, the auditions, and whatever else. So she's just like, okay, fine, I can't stand, I can't stand in his way of whatever it is that he wanted to do. So she packed, and I think we got to hear this on the show as well, because she says that she's the one that packed the BMW bag. They were apparently living together. They've been together for a while, like for 10 years, according to what she was saying. They've been together for that long, and they were living together. And he paid damages and also went and paid lobola in the house, but then didn't pay all of it. They were supposed to come back and pay the balance. Okay, fine. Okay, so Timber goes, and then while they're there, they're communicating according to her. And then at some point, then he started saying, "Oh no, they can't communicate because he's there, he's working." So she could sense that there was a change in in his tone, because like whatever, I don't know, they had an agreement on what was going to happen there, and when Temba was gone, like things weren't going according to the way that they had agreed upon. Okay, fine. And then she allegedly contacted the family, expressed her, her concerns about this, and then they allegedly suggested that no, why don't you contact the show and then just tell them your story and whatnot. And then she went on the laptop and contacted the show, like after, to say that, okay, this is what's happening, and also to just get closure from what she was saying. So Lungelo asked, like, okay, so where did you get their contact details? And she says, no, I got them from the laptop because I had access. So I contacted them, and then there was no reply. And then, like, after having no reply, she wrote again, and she was like, no, but how can you guys let this happen? How can you let this person that is living with the person come onto the show and get married and do all this if, like, it was under false pretense? Okay, and then after that, they offered to give her a platform, and then it was said that it was going to be a mediation. I guess that's the mediation that we saw when Pastor X and Tabang were there. And yeah, and she says that, a lot of things that happened there were edited out, so we didn't really get to see some of the insults and how he undermined her and whatnot. And she was saying that, after that, she was just, okay, fine, this is just not for me. Clearly, this is not the person that I knew, and we're going. Okay. So, man, this is her story. Okay, I understand. And I know there's no way they're just telling lies, guys, because how would she have known? For her to contact them while they're shooting, this person had inside informers. Okay, and I watch a lot of reality shows, from Love is Blind. One of the things that they always say is how hard it is to get men to be casted on these shows. Okay, it is very, very hard. In such a way, some of them are they'll be contacted via Instagram, and then they'll tell them, oh, okay, this is the show that we're gonna have. You don't have to get married. You might not get married. But the thing is, like, when the people are there now, and then, like, you find these innocent women, because even on the last season of Love is Blind, I know I'm, like, mixing things up, all the ladies that were there, they applied to be on the show. But all the men that were there, they were headhunted. They were contacted by the producers. So obviously, like, these women are just thrown into these men that are not ready for whatever it is that they are going on the show for. So I can kind of understand, like, and empathize about what's happening, because it is hard to get guys to participate on a show like this, right? So, and okay, whatever happened, it had happened. But maybe going forward, the production houses should just really go and, like, dig in, do background checks. I don't know, have PIs look into these people, do a background check, because it's not fair. Because look at Nelisa now. Nelisa came in there, open hearts, so innocent. And she did say, Sham, on the show, that she doesn't fault her, because she was also told a lie, and it's a lie that now even Temba himself is believing. He's such a liar that he is now believing his own lies, according to her, allegedly. This is all alleged. So yeah, have you watched it? If you've watched it, what are your thoughts? Comment down below. Let me hear what you have to say about. And then maybe I'll do a part 2, and then we'll see.